Hey everyone, Mark Myers here with a watch face preview. The watch face we are looking at today is the Zovuta IV Watch Face. This is a face I released a few months ago, back in April this year. It's a very simple analog design, but what I decided to do recently was to kind of jump back into this design and add some new features. The new features that I'm adding are still a work in progress. However, most of it's done. So I decided to throw together this quick preview to kind of show off the new features. So let's jump in and check out what I have done. So the new features I have added is basically it's a digital display option. It's not enabled by default on this face. You load it up on your watch and it's going to run analog by default. And what we need to do is we need to open the settings menu on this watch face to enable the digital mode. The settings menu is something that I add to all my newest faces. It's the same tap on every face, just tap between 10 and 11, which I'll do now to open the settings. And down here in the bottom right, we have this toggle labeled digital. This is what we'll use to enable our new digital mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and tap that, turn it on, close our settings, and as you can see, the watch face opens up, revealing the new digital display and all the new information being provided to you. Back here in settings, there is a toggle above the digital option labeled park hands. It's just a simple option. Tap that and allows you to park the hands at 90 degrees so none of the hands are obstructing any of the information on the digital display. Down here in the bottom left, we have a toggle labeled heart rate. This only works in digital mode. And what it's here for is in case you want to disable the heart rate sensor, you can simply turn it off in here. You don't use it or you don't want it firing all the time, you just jump into settings, and of course you can disable it right here. In analog only mode on this watch face, this toggle has no effect because I have it set up in code to disable the heart rate sensor automatically when it's running in analog mode, so it's not firing in the background. Above the heart rate toggle is the toggle labeled miles/km. It is tied to the distance walked information on the watch face. You'll find that actually up in the upper right hand corner here. You see where it says miles. Underneath that is where it's going to list the distance walked. This just gives you the ability to pick between miles and kilometers, whichever way you want to view it. In the upper right hand corner here we have our hour mode toggle. Set to 12 hour by default. This is tied to the digital time at the bottom half of the digital display here. If you'd rather have 24 hour, just jump in here, tap it, and as you can see, we've changed our digital time to 24 hour. This face incorporates U-color for the digital display. On any of my newest faces with the settings menu, if I use U-color, I add this U-color selector to it. It's just a quick, easy way to toggle through the preset color palette with U-color on WatchMaker. And once you have this loaded on your watch, and you just jump into settings and of course toggle through those presets by tapping next or tapping previous. Once you have the color you want, you just go ahead and close your settings menu and you are good to go with your new digital color. The last main option in here in the upper left is the dim OPR. It's a setting I use on all my newest watch faces. It's on by default, and the way it works is when your smartwatch switches to ambient mode and this is enabled, it's going to darken the face, so the resulting OPR is about 15%. If you don't want to use it, you don't want the face darkened in ambient mode, you want it as bright as possible, all you gotta do is come into settings, toggle this off, and no darkening of the face will happen when the smartwatch switches to ambient mode. I'm gonna close the settings for a minute here. There's one thing I want to point out with the digital display, and this is partially related to the dim OPR setting here. So we have it on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to toggle the brightness in WatchMaker to ambient, and we will see here that the digital display goes dark and the digits become colored. Of course, toggling back to bright switches it back. Now if I open the settings menu and I toggle dim OPR to off, what you might expect will happen when I switch to ambient mode here is that the background is going to stay colored, but that's not the case. The behavior of the digital display goes dark like it does regardless of that dim OPR setting. It's not tied to that. It's by design. It's just the way that I do the digital display on most of the watch faces I do now with digital display is it's always going to go dark in ambient mode regardless of this dim LPR setting. So we're back here in our digital display. We've got a hands park, and you want to go back to analog at this point. What I've done is I've made it a one tap option to go back to full analog. So when you open the settings menu here, you don't actually have to tap on the park hands to resume the hand rotation and then hit the digital toggle here. All you have to do is tap once on the digital toggle and it's going to set the park hands to off and close the face, and you're back to full analog mode. So like I said, it's still a work in progress. Primarily what needs to be added that I am planning in digital mode is to show the watch battery level and the phone battery level in digital mode, but obviously I don't have that added yet. At this point, it's probably going to be about a week before I get that added, primarily just due to some other time constraints I have right now. So keep your eyes open. Hopefully I'll have everything added to this within the next week so I can publish it and get it out there for everyone to, you can try it out yourself.